Evening. How are you all doing?
Hi, this is Annie Callis from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to the Annie and Mindy show. I'm PMing and she's AMing over there. And because of the delay that we have with the internet and Facebook and all of that, we're all looking down at our phones every time we start the show to see, is it streaming? So then we can share it.
It's streaming, so we can share it. I don't know how to work this, so yeah, that's what it should look like, but I don't know how it works. But good morning, everyone. I'm there. I'm here with you now, totally focused on Annie and what we have to offer you for today. It's a good day. Today is the 10th of September, and I know that we are in different time zones, like Annie was saying, different not only time zones, hemispheres. So here it's morning, there it's afternoon, here it's summer, there it's a warm winter day.
But it is officially spring. On the 1st of September, it's spring. So today was like, oh my goodness, only one layer.
One layer. Right? But you said 21 degrees. That's pretty warm. 21 degrees is nice.
Yeah, I was sitting out there with the spray because the mosquitoes are the size of a house and they've been landing on me and I'm bitten everywhere through my clothes.
Wow, that's not fun. That's not fun.
Must have been a male mosquito.
I love it. So what's going on? And here in Israel, I don't know what's happening with you with COVID. You and Noah in Melbourne have been locked down a little bit for the past, what is it now, 4 weeks already? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
I think about 6, and now we have another 6.
Wow. Well, I hope that we in Israel go towards that because the numbers are going up and up and up and up. I think we're one of the worst countries in the world today with the number of people getting sick with COVID, new cases of COVID. Although what's happening is a lot of kids. We went back to school 9 days ago. You know, they went into capsules and, you know, rotating days and the amount of number of kids in a class. But in the town that I live in, it's a yellow city. My neighborhood is red. Oh my God, you know, red. And why? Because of the children. Most of the 3 to 7-year-olds, something like that, are sick. And then that group after that is up until 17. So, you know, that comes into school. So I don't know. You and I are both in and out of education. We have very, very interesting concepts about education, and we've talked a lot about it on this program. But it's just one more reason, you know, not to go to school. Do not send your children to school because it's a dangerous place, not even emotionally, also physically. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, you know, I actually have a friend here who's, I think, originally from Switzerland, I think. And she has been homeschooling her kids from day dot. And I think the son is either in his last year of high school and he's done it all at home. Wow. And I asked her, I said, how long do you guys, how long do they study? An hour and a half to 2.
Yeah, the studying is the easy part.
And I said to her, how long do they do homework? She said, what homework? There's no homework. What they learn it in the class, and they do the work there. And I just went, no comment.
Yeah, no, that's the good life.
And then I spoke to another parent whose kids are in school, you know, from morning to afternoon. And then after that, they still have to do another 5 hours of studying. So those kids are working more than you do as an adult working for somebody.
Yeah, working for somebody, not working for yourself. When you work for yourself, you work a lot of hours, a lot of hours. But yeah, what I find, oh, sorry, Annie.
No, go on. Yes, go.
I said when the kids are at home, I don't think it's a problem with studying because life, you can study in life. I mean, you can cook and learn something. You don't have to, you know, study math and be in the classroom. You know, I was a teacher for a very, very short amount of time because I hated it. You know, I taught finance. You know, I'm a finance coach. So I taught finances to 14-year-olds. So the classes were maybe 50 minutes each class. Maybe I taught 15 minutes out of the whole 50 minutes of the class. Most of it was just trying to, get them together to have some sort of conversation or organization in the classroom to get them in and out. And it was horrible. Very, very, very little teaching was done in the classroom. So because the kids weren't enjoying it, I wasn't enjoying it, but that's another story. I'm thinking about, school, I call it today school. And even now when we're talking about COVID and what are you going to do? The kids have to go to school. That's what my daughter says to me yesterday. Well, Mommy, the kids have to go to school. I said, yeah, because they need a babysitter. The parents have to work. So it's kind of, the school has turned into a place where it's not necessarily a place that you're sending your children to learn. You're just having a babysitter, they're 8 hours or whatever hours out of the house. So you can go to work or you can do work or you can do whatever. I'm finding it now, thank goodness my kids are healthy and they're adults and they don't go to school anymore. They're not in that environment. But right now, both of them are home. My son, he finished the Army 4 weeks ago. He's 4 weeks ago finished the Army, so he's at home. Yes, I'm so happy. And my daughter is also at home. She lives at home. So they're 21 and 23. My problem with having them at home is not that I don't need to take care of them because they're adults, but they eat so much. The whole, even this COVID thing, when everyone was home, the whole world revolves around meals and cooking and feeding them and sitting with them or having a meal together or not, or what are we going to eat? My son, it's like a triggered reaction, which I can't stand. He just walks into the room and the first thing he says is, what are we eating? Even yesterday, it was so funny. In the evening, I was in the kitchen. It was late. It must have been around 9 o'clock at night. I was in the kitchen getting water or something. He comes out of his bedroom into the living room kitchen area. He wanted to say something to me, but what came out of his mouth was, what are we eating? But he actually wanted to ask me a question that had nothing to do with food, but it was a automatic trigger. He sees me and says, what are we eating? Oh, it's crazy.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people watching this, and if you're parents, you relate to this, people used to say to me, when Julian grows up, he's going to eat you out of food and fridge. And I'm going, yeah, right. Well, I go to the supermarket and I love salmon, right? And he loves salmon. So you can get a packet and it's got 4 pieces in it. So 2 and 2, right?
Yeah, right.
He has a whole packet because he won't have vegetables or anything like that. I go, would you like some broccoli? He goes, yeah. So he has like one.
One.
So he had his veggies, but he eats all and I'm not going to argue with him. Here's the thing, have you ever, like, as a grown-up, do you like when people shove it down your throat, and say you got to eat and you got to do this and you got to do that? So my thing is, why do we do that to our children? Right. Like, why? Right? So I try not to, and most of the time I succeed.
Yeah.
So he's 18 now, so it's like, do whatever you want. But even then, when he was already 15, 16, I'm like, yeah, the stove is there. But he loves it when he comes to my place. He goes, I'm cooking.
I'm cooking. Oh, I wish someone would come to my place and cook. Man, oh man, Ashevitz. Really?
Yeah. So trying to get him to wash the dishes, it's different. I gotta yell at him. He goes, can I listen to music? Yeah, of course you can listen to music. So yeah. So that's the beauty of our children.
There is. I love having it at home, but it's a lot of work for me. My kids don't. They don't clean up after themselves. They don't cook for themselves. It's all, and that's my fault. I don't blame them. That's absolutely on me. A big education thing, and food has always been a thing. I don't even know why it's been a thing, but it's always been a thing. And me to stop my work, listen to me, to stop my work and then have to cook. I'm hungry. My son goes, I'm hungry. What are you making? You can warm me up something. Everything is on food. It's like, give me a break here. But I go and I make them food. But 1 meal a day, that's my responsibility. I'll make you that as a dog. 1 meal. We'll have 1 meal, and which is great because I will tell you, meal times are important. I see families that that don't eat together and families that do eat together.
Agree.
It's
Agree.
really, you get so much out of that being togetherness in a family at meal times. And you know, I've even seen families that are like, you would say that they're dysfunctional, that they don't get along well, or they don't do things together, but they have this connection when they eat together. They come into a meal together, and it's a consistent thing. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's important to have meals together. So I thank goodness that my adult children want to be home and they want to eat with me, because that's really the time when we share a lot of what's going on in my life, what's going on in their lives, get to know each other.
When I grew up, you know, like I grew up in quite a, you know, interesting family, put it that way. But we always had meals together, as many meals as possible. We had them together, and we had to sit down and eat our meals. Whether it was breakfast, there was nothing on the run, like nothing. And then later on, when I was in relationships, I found that we sit in front of the TV on a couch with trays. We actually went out and bought trays to put our meals on. So you're not really communicating.
No.
So whether you are just a couple, the two of you, or whether you're a family, that time is important. And put the phones away and then just be in the moment. Because that time could be your me time together. Debrief the day, how's it going, this and that. Can even get caught up in some really good conversation.
Yeah, it's the best time. And when my kids were small, we used to play a game at dinner called High Low. You know, what was the high point of your day and what was the low point of your day?
Wow, so, like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, because mostly the lows were minuscule. Sometimes there were things, but it gives you kind of like proportion in life, because a tendency for, mostly for us as adults, when we look back on what happened, we look at the things that were bad or difficult or challenging that happened. That's what sticks out into our mind. So I don't want to block it off, because it happens. But when you put it in proportion, well, what are the good things that happened to me and what are the bad things that happened to me, kind of puts things in proportion, because a lot of good things happen mostly. And I saw it with them when they were small, that, you know, what was the low? I mean, there were these little things, you know, and I was so happy. I was so happy for them, because there was really nothing. The good things were much better. So it's important to share. And, you know, and I learned something else as an adult. I did this really great course or coaching or whatever it's called. It's called, and it's great. I think everybody should do it. It's called the drawer method. Okay, drawer, like the dresser drawer, the desk drawer.
Drawer method. Yeah, okay.
And it's based on organization. So they say, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but the idea is what you call presence. Even in spaces, when you're organizing spaces have the things that are supposed to be in them. They're designed to hold something. So what you do is you decide what the drawer is for. You take everything out of it. You decide what's the purpose of this drawer, and then you put things back into it that only support that purpose. Or a shelf in the kitchen, like this shelf is for coffee mugs, so only coffee mugs go there. Or this drawer, it's a bed, a night table right next to the bed. So only things that you need and support you while you are in bed should be in the drawer. So you take and you put everything back. Okay, so that's the basis. And what it does is it gives you a sense of clarity, of organization, and also of presence, because and purpose, because this is for that. And after I did this process, you know, I had some empty drawers and empty shelves in my house, even to this day, because I don't have a purpose for it. But that aside, in this process of learning, one of the things that they taught us is when you're doing things, also be present. You know, also be present. So I give you for an example with children, you know, we're both moms, so it comes up a lot. When you are in the kitchen and you're cooking dinner and your child comes up to you and says, oh, mommy, I need this, I hurt this, I do this, mommy, 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 which happens a lot. Yeah. they say in this coaching method, okay, are you washing the dishes or are you a parent? What is your state of being in that moment while you're cooking? And
Yep.
so they said to choose, and each choice is good. So if you choose that you're a cook at that moment, you say to the child, right now I'm cooking. When I finish cooking, I'll give you 100% of my attention. Because I said when you divide your attention between things, you get it takes you away from being present. You're neither here, you're neither there. You don't do the cooking well. You're not a good parent at the same time because you're worried about what's on the fire over there. So be present. And now it's a long story, right? Now I'm getting to the punchline about eating. You said when you're eating also, I know, yeah, moms, how many times, Annie, have you made fruit or something and ate it at the counter or over the sink where you're doing things?
Yep.
Just all the time, It happens because you're busy, you're doing things, and even when you're feeding your children, you're eating here, serving or cleaning up, and so they said eat, even if you're by yourself. You are a king, you are a queen. Sit down and pamper yourself. Have me time. Don't do it in the middle. Be present also when you're eating your food. So you have lunch or breakfast or dinner, take it. I've seen you do that a lot. You cook and you have these really great meals. But to take it and sit down and be present with yourself while you're eating. I mean, it's a really important thing.
Well, I sit down and I'm by myself. So normally I do have some noise in the background keeping me company. I either watch a movie but I sit at the table and have my computer there and I got Netflix going. So watching movies because like I need the noise,
Yeah.
But other than that, like right now, it's just like the only thing I hear is the flies going hitting it against the But other than that, this is, first of all, I love eating. I actually really enjoy eating.
Wow.
So the only thing that I found since the lockdown is that I walk around, I go, what can I eat? What can I eat? Right? So I got to be careful because I need to work on a body beautiful, right? Summer's coming here and hopefully eventually we'll be allowed to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not about that. It's about actually just being healthy. So and having that energy because, like, as you said before, when you work for yourself, you work all the time, right? And I actually love it. I know you do too.
I love it.
You just love your work. So, as they say, when you love what you do, you'd never work another day, right? So, but I can get lost in it all and then I just go, okay, I need to munch on something. So I'm actually watching, I have nuts and actually bought myself a dark chocolate with chili in it. Ooh, it is so good. But I don't have coffee in my home because I know that if I had coffee, I would be drinking 3-4 a day because I'm really loving. So for me, I enjoy going out and socializing. And that's possibly one of the things that let's call it frustrated about, right? Because I love people. So somebody like me who loves being with people, I have been in lockdown since March.
Wow.
We had a little window there where we could go out. So, but then you're so used to being at home that you forget that everything's open.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a business meeting with somebody and we met at a coffee shop and I was beside myself with excitement. Oh, I'm going to have a mocha. And I also had something to eat. And then I had to take Julian there because the breakfast was amazing. And I said, oh, honey, I got to take you to this place. So he got like the big breakfast. Yeah. It's not just a piece of toast like it used to be. Now he has the sausage and the eggs and all.
Wow. Yeah,
but like
will eat. Oh my God.
He's 6'2", right? So it's like, and he's built like a brick house. So he's as taller than his dad.
Wow.
And I think even bigger than his dad, kind of thing. So
yeah, he's got a lot. Boys eat a lot.
Now his dad goes, we're the same. I go, no, you're not. He's got shoes on. I said, no, he doesn't. So I have to say, I am officially the shortest person in our household.
Really?
Sorry, in our family.
Wow.
My niece is taller. My sister, her husband,
Your
my
niece,
brother.
but your niece is something like 13, isn't she?
She's turning 12 today.
Wow, Mazal Tov. How nice.
Yes, thank
12
you.
and she's taller than you? Oh my God.
Yes. So here's the thing, you know. And my sister goes, darling, but you the what do call it? What do they call the mother, not the mother hen, the oh, you know, like the elderly ladies who take care of the matron. I'm the matron.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sitting there going, yeah, so I'm
I
always
want
in
to
the
be a
middle of
matron.
the, well, you know, I'm the not the, I don't know if it's called the matron,
The
but you know,
matriarch.
oh, sorry, that one, the matriarch,
Okay.
I'm the matriarch. And I go, yeah, I'm always in the middle of the photos, and everybody goes like that. But I'm the one that everybody comes to for food. Funny that, right? They come, they come like I bake this orange cake for birthdays, and it's like it's a 120-year-old recipe.
Wow.
Right? And it is delish. So when it's everybody's birthday, guess who gets the call? Except on my birthday, I have to cook my own orange cake because everybody wants to have the orange cake because it's a birthday
You need
cake.
to have the orange birthday cake.
Happen. Why do I have it? Oh, right, because I know I wanted to, but it is so yummy, this cake, right? So anyway, I haven't made it in a while. It's
Well,
so
make it for your niece, even though she lives far away, just to celebrate her birthday.
No, because then I'm the only one eating it, and that's like, I can tell you there is a shitload of sugar in that.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's all right. I'll make it for some other occasion.
Yeah.
Julian's birthday is going to be 19 in November. When did that happen? I don't know when that happened, because it's only yesterday I took him home from the hospital. So yes, how many parents relate to this? Like, and when they used to say they grow so fast, yeah, okay. And now I've got a 19-year-old and I'm going,
you have to say to yourself, like I said to myself, how could I? Not even them, they grow so fast, but how could I have a 23-year-old child? I mean, how is that possible even?
And kids that have been in the army and finished.
Oh
right?
My God. Where
so,
how could that happen to me? Like my sister next year is going to be 60. How can I have a 60-year-old sister? I mean, it just doesn't click in my head. You know, I'm a few years behind her, right? Not so far away myself, but how? You know, how does that happen?
Well, this is, and the other thing is when your girlfriend's daughter is having babies and you go, hang on, because I cuddled you when you were a little baby. I held you in my arms, and now, yeah.
Yeah.
Such is life, right? Life just happens,
yeah.
Right? And this brings me to something I actually did a video on it the other day, and it's something that really switched. You know, I told you Monday and Tuesday during the day, I was really down, really, really down. And for the life of me, I couldn't snap out of it. And then I watched a Wayne Dyer something. It just, you know, like when you open YouTube, it's really interesting how the right video pops up.
Yeah.
Right? So I like Wayne Dyer. So I thought, while I'm doing stuff, I just let it go in the background. And then he said something that got me, like, I went, whoa. So he was talking about the word nowhere.
Nowhere.
So Nowhere, nowhere. And then he said, you think that you are nowhere? Split that word up. Now, here.
Nice.
Huh? And I went, rewind, what? And I actually did a video about it on Tuesday night. And that's one of the things that snapped me out of it. I'm like, yes, I am in the now and here today, right? So it's not like I'm nowhere, because I have used that word before. I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere. And then I just go, okay, my desk might look like a bomb hit it, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm working on I've got so many projects, right? But I can't say I'm nowhere because I'm everywhere.
Good for you.
Here. I'm everywhere and I am in the now with all these things. And I went, oh, okay.
I
Change the
love
mind.
that.
Yeah. So nowhere and split out. It's just like the word impossible. If you cut that at the front, it becomes I'm possible.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm possible. And it's just like, but that I've never heard that nowhere and now here. You never consciously look at that.
Right.
And I just went, yes. Yep. And this morning, I listened to another one. It was only 14 minutes, and I thought, okay, that's short enough for me to listen to. And I don't know who, because, like it's one of those compilations of different speakers. And one of those speakers was talking about how people don't go ahead in life because of their experiences. Because they're afraid, because their experiences didn't turn out as they wanted them, so they will not attempt anything again. And so I did a video about that this morning. I put my thing on it and I went, okay. At times I used to think, I don't know if I want to go there again.
Yeah.
And then I just go, hang on, let me be creative. So don't let your experiences kill your creativity, because if something happens, it happens, right? But it's there to teach you a lesson. And this is what happens with people who are uncertain. And they don't do anything because they don't want to be criticized. They don't want to be told that they're wrong. They're afraid, right?
Right.
So then they just stop. They do nothing. But certainty comes with making the mistakes and learning from them. And then you become a quick decision maker. And I noticed that I make decisions fairly quickly. I can sit there for a moment going, and I go, okay, I know what it is that I want. And I just go, okay, let's do it. Whereas before, you ponder and ponder and ponder, and then you go, oh no. And you found every reason why not to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody told you, somebody had an experience, you had experienced it, it's never been done, and it's like, nah, won't do it. So it's really, really interesting, right? So I have to say to everybody who's watching this is that lessons are out there everywhere. And if you want to grow, take advantage of this lockdown. I can tell you, I don't like it. Full stop. I come from a country where I was told what to do, where to go, and all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't like being told what to do. So this is annoying me. However, I can stay in my annoyance for a long time or a short time, and then look at, well, what could be the benefits? And the benefit is that I have the time to be at home and I have the time to work. I don't have to run around. So now I'm at home and I'm actually catching up. So I can't say I'm nowhere because I am here doing. My results might not be as fast because I'm a little bit of a procrastinator or a bit of a fluffer. I like to listen to music, but that's who I am. That's not going to change because I've always been like that. So 54 years of that, it's in me, right? It's my character, right? But I can also forgive myself for it and go, yeah, next. But I always deliver when I need to deliver in the last second, then it somehow just happens.
It happens. Somehow. Oh, I wonder how somehow it happened. You put a lot into it, Annie.
Focus. Yeah. So I think I would recommend to everybody to take advantage of this, to have dinners with their family, with their kids, with their partner. Even with your dog, put the ball next to you and, whatever, and sit and communicate and start reconnecting.
Love it.
I think. What do you think about that?
I love it. It's an important opportunity. It's a gift. Take advantage of the gift of having time together. We all have to eat. So I guess that's a big message for today. And now here, even when you're eating with your family, be now, be present, be here. you
That's
know?
right. That's
Right.
right.
So
So
that's it for today.
that's it for today. And if anybody wants any topics for us, because we just get together and we talk and we share life. So it's not like we have this big presentation. We talk about life because life happens to us and life happens to you. And if you can sit there with a cup of coffee or a tea or is it 1 o'clock yet? You know,
1 o'clock.
whatever tickles your fancy, right? Come and hang out with us and communicate with us, because we've got it live on the Annie and Mindy Show group. We also have it, or page, is it a page or a group? It's a page.
It's a page, the page.
It's a page, yeah. But we share it, we both share it. So whether you're Mindy's friend or my friend, you know, join us and write to us and say what you think.
Yeah,
You know?
what's interesting for you? We'd like to know. There was an advertisement like that once. So Annie,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. There's a couple of people here. Oh, this is Scott Edelstein. Wow, wow, way back when from New York. Hi, Scott. Hey, Jacqueline. Love you
Hi,
all. We're
Angela.
going for now. Take care.
See you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.